Hey all, here to do another tutorial video. Alright, so what I'm doing here is replacing the C5 knuckle with a C6 knuckle. Okay, so this is the C5, it's still on there, I haven't taken it off. Just the wheels off for now. On this side, I've kind of already started the project, but I'm just going to kind of go through it step by step, at least what I've done already. So, as you can see, this is all off. Okay, this is the tie rod. Here's the bottom ball joint and the top A-arm ball joint, which is actually on the, the knuckle itself. So, okay, what you need down here is a 21mm and a 6mm Allen. And this is an 18mm nut and a 6mm Allen. Top one is an 18mm nut and a 5mm Allen. And when you take this off, when you start taking it off, I use tools like these. Like this one I use for the tie rod. This is really good. You can buy a set of these from Harbor Freight for pretty cheap. And I think I've showed this in one of my previous videos. I used, let's see, I used this one. I think I used this one actually. For, well, I used this one here for the bottom ball joint. This one was kind of a pain in the ass, but it worked out. It didn't get perfectly straight on there, but it worked. And the top one actually just kind of popped out, so that was easy. I sprayed all the joints with silicroyl. If you guys have never heard this, it's the best shit. It's the best penetrant, better than PB by far. Pick some of the stuff up yourself. I've used this plenty of times. We actually use it at work too. It's just a superior penetrant. You can pick it up on Amazon. Anyway, when you the first thing you're going to do here actually is take off, obviously, the caliper, right? So this could be, I mean, this is a C606 caliper, but even if you have your other C5 normal C5 assembly, you're going to need two 21mm to take two 21mm bolts off with, you know, a socket, and make sure that you hang the assembly. I hung mine from the A-arm. It's got this little nub right here that's actually perfect. It's keeping it from moving down the A-arm. So you don't want the caliper hanging from the brake line. You don't want to pinch the brake line or stress it or anything. Oh, another thing. This is the ABS sensor. Make sure you unplug it before you take anything off or start disassembling anything. Just move it out of the way. So this is the reason I'm doing all this. I'll show you here. Okay. The stock, this is the C6 knuckle. Look at how thick that is. That's where the brake caliper hooks up. This one, of course I have it in the vise already. It's annoying. Hold on a sec here. Okay. Now look at how thin that is. That's just a huge difference. So if you do upgrade your brakes to the C606 brakes, you're going to need to upgrade these somewhere down the line. If you're not going to track the car, the C5 ones are probably okay. Just for, you know, driving around the streets and stuff. You don't plan on hammering the brakes too much. But if you're going to drive the car like a bat out of hell and have a good time with it, you're going to need to upgrade to this. This is a lot stronger. What ends up happening is these ears snap off if they're under too much stress. There's too much braking power with those Z06 calipers. So that's why I'm doing all this. I'm gonna keep my bearings. So I'm gonna switch this bearing hub to this knuckle, and then I'm just gonna store. These are the C6 knuckles. Or the bearing hubs. So I'm just gonna store these because they're in great condition, and my stock C5 bearing hubs seem to be in great condition as well, so I'm just going to go ahead and store them. Alright, going to put this back on the vise. It's going to take a second here, so I'll just stop the video. I'll record again and show you what I'm going to do. Hey everybody, okay, I'm back. I got something to hold my camera. Hopefully this will help out a little bit. Alright, so I got the other knuckle off, and I'm going to go ahead and mount it so I can take the bolts off. Now again, remember to use your wood, and tighten her up real good. I mean, if you hear the wood splintering, that's fine. Just make sure it doesn't break, you know? Okay. So, I'm just going to use a 1/2-inch breaker bar. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I don't think I mentioned in the last video, but I'm using the original C5 wheel bearing hubs also because I have the long wheel studs in there. And it's not that hard, I know, but I really don't feel like taking them out and putting them in the new wheel bearing hubs. So, see how much I can get them out here. Oh, there's one altogether. Good. This one's going to be tough, I guess. Trusty Husky Extendo ratchet. Love it. Probably not really good for. Like I probably couldn't have used it to take out to loosen the bolts initially, but they work. It works. Okay. So I got that off. Wood out. Okay, I'm gonna try and move the camera here. I don't know how I'm gonna mount this. There's so much crap on my desk. Hopefully that's good for you guys. Let me see. Yeah, it's fine. All right. Oh, before you take the bolts completely out, might be a good idea to go ahead and take out this little harness. It's kind of a pain in the ass to take out. It doesn't come out readily. I haven't exactly figured out why either, which is, it's probably something stupidly simple, but there we go. Okay, now I can take those. Maybe not. Wow. That's not good. Let me get some coil. You guys keen on watching the penetrant work? Well, that was insane. Gosh. So there's a possibility I stripped something. So, you know, I don't have patience for this shit. But I don't think so. It's just a really good Loctite they use, you know. And they're not. Looks pretty good. Alright, so take this guy off. Bunch of shit there. Yeah, this had a lot of this crap in here. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to take it all out. Man, my hand's all rattled from that gun. Clean all of them. I checked the bearing. It sounds fine, and then I checked for play, and didn't seem like anything was going on. So that's another reason why I'm okay with using it. The front ones seem to last a really long time on this car. I mean, the car's light, you know. You're not doing too much with the front, but the back, on the other hand, we're always, you know, we're burning out, going around corners quickly, drifting, and all that other shit. So, okay. Just kind of check the threads. The threads are a little wonky here. I don't really have, it's not really the best thing to do, but sometimes I'll chase threads with a bolt, you know, but it's better to have a chaser tab. I just don't have one, unfortunately. But the idea is to get this crap out of here. Because there is residual dried up shit in these threads. You know, their locking compound that they used. You can see all the dust. That stuff is what I'm talking about. Obviously, don't start the threads with the gun. Just start it with your finger. I mean, some people have some, you know, finesse, and they can start it with the gun. I mean, you just got to go really lightly, not even pressing on the bolt. And oftentimes it'll just thread itself in, but if you don't have that finesse, don't do it. You'll just strip something. Oh, the camera's moving. Well, I'm the one moving it, but I'm trying to find a better spot. Kind of new to using this thing. Alright, so threads are chased, clean. Now I like to go the extra mile, throw a little alky. to really clean them. And the reason I do that is because I'm going to be using new Loctite. So you should have the surfaces as clean as possible, so the Loctite will lock properly. Okay, so now I could get a couple of these paper pals. Just kind of clean them out. I don't have air, fortunately. I do, but I'm really impatient to wait for my compressor to fill up. I don't even use that thing anymore. Ever since I got these little guns, I barely touch the air compressor, except for to fill up my tires and all that. Okay, so it looks good. Getting the knuckle. The gun's hot, which makes sense. Okay. So, let's see. This should go here because this is going to connect there. And this guy should go like that. Okay, so this is what I was talking about earlier in a previous video. Let me see, can you guys see that? Yeah, you guys, okay. You're good. So I'm going to go ahead and thread these in. Do I have the torque wrench here? Yeah, I do. Right. Make sure the short one goes on the bottom. Oh, and another thing. This little guy here doesn't actually belong. That's for the C6, so you can go ahead and take that out. It's a, let's see, what is this? A number 10 hex. Oh boy, that can work out. Shit balls. Oh, now what? Now what do I do? Well, let me pause the video. Alright. So, that was absolutely insane. So apparently the bolt extracting kit from Pep Boys is a piece of shit, so maybe don't get that. I ended up just taking this to my bench grinder and grinding the whole thing off and just calling it a day. I'm going to leave the stud in there, the rest of it, because it doesn't seem to make a difference anyway, so. And I'm not going to sit there and try to get it out. I don't care. Alright. So, put the bolts back in. The black one. Obviously, make sure you put it all together correctly. You know, you got the, whatchamacallit, sensor here. Alright, so, wow, this gun is still hot, jeez. I'm not going to go hard on it again for a while, so just snug. Like that. And we're going to put it back in the vise. See if I could get a good angle here for you guys. Whoops. Notice how I haven't put any Loctite or anything in there yet, so you also should not. You don't have that much time with the Loctite before it sets, you know. So you want to make sure that to make sure you're all set with everything. Got all the tools ready. All that other stuff. So, alright, I'm going to make this super tight. Because I'm going to be torquing down to 96 foot-pounds. Okay. But I'm going to start with 50. So, got the torque wrench. I'm going to go ahead and set it to 50. I always have a little bit of trouble seeing these. Okay, there's 50. Alright, so I'm going to take the, well, actually I could use this one here. I think this is T55. There's a T50. There's a T55. Cool. I got two of them. It's convenient. Alright, do the top one first. Make sure it's clean. Which I kind of already did that. So put some Loctite on it. You can see that. Get it in there with the gun. Go ahead and tighten it down to 50 foot-pounds. I'm gonna find out now if I put this in tight enough. Just keep hold on it. Okay, there's 50. Now do the other one kind of quickly. Don't let it sit around. Gosh, I'm shaking. What the hell? I haven't eaten in a while. It's a little bit of an angle. It's not too bad though. Probably throw off the torque a very tiny bit, almost negligible. I'm all anal about torque because I worked in aerospace, so I learned a lot of cool stuff there. Okay, now set it to, I guess you could just set it to 70 or so. I went past it. Maybe 75. Go through all three. Make sure you're grabbing it at the handle, or else you're not going to get the right torque. It's really hard to torque that high anyway, holding it any closer to the head. But be as close, be on the handle. So blinded. Gosh. Alright, there's 90, 96. Alright, so here's the final torque. 96 foot-pounds. Freaking love torque wrenches. There we go. Now make sure you, since you're done with the torque wrench, set it back to 0. And oh man, I had this angled incorrectly, didn't I? I should have had it up there. Darn it. Must have... Did it fall? Hey guys, alright, so I'm ready to put this back together. Got the knuckle all assembled. And I wanted to help you guys out here real quick and tell you some stuff that you need to get. The nuts that go on these studs here, the ball joints and the tie rod, and those are crush nuts. So they're really only one-time use. You don't want to keep using crush nuts. So you should go ahead and buy new ones. So you're going to need 2 of these. These are for the bottom ball joint, so 1 for each side. And you're going to need 4. Let's see, hold on, got it under my leg here. You're going to need 4 of these, and I don't know if you can see the part number. It's 353 772. You're going to need 4 of those. 1 for the tie rod and 1 for the upper ball joint. And also just remember, okay, when you're putting this back together, just go in reverse order of how you took it apart. So put the knuckle back in and tighten up the top, then do the bottom, and then do the tie rod. And before you put your caliper back on, make sure that the threads are clean, and make sure the threads are clean on your bolts. That way the Loctite will stick. And I use 271 because I just want to make damn sure that nothing's coming off. And yeah, that's it. Put the knuckle on, the rotor, then the caliper, and you're all set. Now, you guys might be wondering about these C6 Z06 rotors. I do have another video on my channel describing how to upgrade to this set of this brake system. And it's a little amateur, but it'll get the point across. It'll tell you all the torque specs and everything, and just everything you need to do to get the job done. So I will also say that it was a hell of an upgrade. It's incredible how much better the car stops. I took it out one day to test it. It was raining, and I got up to like 50 or 60 on an empty street and just slammed on the brakes, and the ABS turned on, but none of the wheels slipped, and it just stopped super quick. It was incredible. I can't even tell you how many feet it was, but it just blew my mind how quickly the car stopped. It was I would have never gotten that out of the stock system, no way. So these are damn good brakes, and it's a good bang for your buck. I found a guy who parts out Corvettes that were in accidents and stuff like that, totaled ones, and I got all 4 rotors and all 4 calipers for 800 bucks, which is stupid. The guy really hooked me up. So you guys could probably find something similar. If you're in LA, they're everywhere, people doing this stuff, so you can find some similar prices. That's another thing here. If your tie rod looks like this, you should consider replacing it. I'm not going to, because it's moving all right. I put some grease in there. I just don't have the time right now to do it, but I will. It's on my to-do list now that I've seen it. And that's it, guys. Just take a look at the description in the video, and I'll try and put a link there for the torque specs of all this stuff. And thanks. If you like the video, subscribe, give me a like, a thumbs up, and you guys have a good one. Enjoy.